Hello, everyone. Welcome to another XGR, the Expounded Gaming Radio podcast, where we talk about, some news that happened over the past week in gaming. And then we go on to the catch-up section, where we talk about up to 2 games that we have played. And then we end it with our discussion, which I believe this time is the recent Nintendo Direct. Since they like to hammer these things out every few months, figured might as well. Some good information in there and some new stuff that was previously unannounced. So we will get to that. And joining me as per usual, we have Chris, aka the Mole.
Hello. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Anastasia Laserbeam.
Yo!
And we also have a special guest, first time, give him a nice XGR welcome to Mr. James Phoenix.
Hello.
In all fairness, I think we've mentioned you a few times.
We've mentioned him a few times, but he normally only shows up for E3.
That's true. Oh yeah, he has been. Okay. He's in all the specials. This is the first time he's here for a weekly one, I believe, right?
Yeah. No, I've been here once before for a weekly
okay.
one.
It's non-canon. We erased him from the continuity.
You got expanded universe.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're undefeated Snitsky.
Yeah, I'm the XGR's rock.
He's never leaving, people.
Exactly.
All right. So, with that said, we're going to start with our news bits. So, I believe you have one, James. You want to go with yours first?
Sure, we can do that. So, combination of news that came out this week in relation to Batman Arkham Knight. The first thing that was announced is that it was confirmed via Amazon that there will be some PlayStation 4 exclusive DLC, and this DLC will include specific Scarecrow Nightmare missions, apparently in which Gotham City will be turned into some type of hellish nightmare-scape, which sounds pretty cool. I always like the Scarecrow portions of the games. And it was also mentioned that there would be 2 Batman skins harkening to both the past and the future, the past skin being the Adam West Batman, and the future being the Justice League 3000 Batman. I particularly like that skin. And there's also a specialty throwback Adam West Batman skin for the Batmobile.
Any word if Andre 3000 will be part of the Batman 3000 thing or no?
I don't think Andre 3000 is part of anything anymore. Which is sad, because that show Class of 3000 was awesome. Only me? Nobody watched Class of 3000?
I remember what it was, but I never saw it. Oh, sorry.
Fair enough.
I will make the comment with the skins and stuff before now, like I've mentioned with the Arkham games before now. I hate how they do the costumes. Where some of them, I understand why, but some of them it's like pre-order bonus. You get this skin, you're like, yay, cool. Then by the time you've actually completed the game, so you can use New Game Plus to actually use the costume, it's already on the fucking store. So it's not that exclusive, if that makes sense. It's like, why are you doing this?
I'm not a huge fan of having to beat the game to use like a skin, especially if you download it. Like, I know no one else played it, but like Lost Planet 2, oh, I hated that. Had some good skins, but it was you had to like beat the whole game. And it's like, well, I don't.
I think in Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, I used a code so I could still get it in first time playing.
Yep, and like I said, that may surprise you, Rick. I played Lost Planet 2.
Yay!
Because I liked the first one, and I was like, cool, and I played the second one for a little bit, then got rid of it when it had all the issues and stuff, and everyone I knew was getting rid of it, so I was like, oh, okay. I got it because it was basically Battlefront. Not as good, but it was Battlefront. But I believe you had more, Jim?
Indeed. In addition to this, they also revealed a new limited edition Batman Arkham Knight PlayStation 4 bundle. This will include Well, this will be available for $449.99 American, and will include the limited edition steel gray PS4 system chassis with custom Batman Arkham Knight faceplate, as well as a matching DualShock steel gray DualShock 4 controller, and of course the Batman Arkham Knight game. This is in addition to the existing, already announced limited edition. In addition to this bundle, that was announced as well as the standard Batman Arkham Knight PS4 bundle for $399, which is just the black PS4 with the game.
Nice.
I imagine Marcus just raged when he saw that there was a Batman system.
Do it! I have to buy it all over again! Yeah. Fuck you!
It's like, fuck, why didn't they say this like a year ago so I wouldn't have had to buy it? And he just starts like swearing and yelling at the PS4, and like his neighbors are like, is he yelling at an inanimate object? Yes,
again?
Yes, he is. Yeah,
again. Yeah.
Is it Wednesday already?
Oh god, did he deflate her again?
Oh, so
nice.
good.
But yeah, so looks both the deals, both the pre-order downloadable content as well as the new PS4 look pretty awesome, I will say. Although I've been told there's bits of gray PS4s already, I was unaware of that. So apparently that's not very.
Yeah, there had been a grey or silver PS4 before, because I remember one of them. Like I think I showed it to you, Rick. The one from whatever the Japanese game was, and it had like a little 3D like ink blob guy that was leaking over the side, which looked cool as hell. They should have made the console either black with the grey version of Batman, or since it's PlayStation 4 and you're going with the classic Batmobile skin and the Adam West one, why not just make it black and grey? Or why not make it blue and grey, I should say.
Or if you're like me, who has a PS4 face plate sticker skin, why not rainbow and smiley face? Yay!
Yeah, they should have let us know this a while back. Then we could have had time to plan.
I know, right?
Nice.
Feels like that's so unlegit.
Unlegit.
Unlegit. But yeah, so of course, but the DLC will be available with the game, and the game and bundles can be pre-ordered now through GameStop, Amazon, the usual locations, and everything will be released on June 23rd.
Until it's delayed for the fourth time.
Yeah, right. Also, it should be noted the aforementioned PS4 exclusive stuff, the Scarecrow missions, and those 2 Batman skins and the Batmobile skin are, according to the way Amazon has it listed, exclusive until at least fall 2015. So that stuff may inevitably end up on the other systems as well.
It should also be worth noting, for an extra $200, they will also throw in a silver PlayStation Vita with a Robin decal. They don't, but that would be fucking amazing.
That'd be great. That should be the version that comes with the Red Hood DLC.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was my news.
Nice.
All right.
I thought it should come with Hammer DLC, because isn't he the only one that has a Vita? The symbol of the hammer.
I thought the symbol of the hammer was the little face we see in this conversation.
Yes.
Pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. I want a Vita with his face on it.
I want everything with his face on it. I want a rug with his face on it. I want a bed sheet with his face on it.
Nice.
You want to have sex in a bed with his face on it? That's weird.
I want underwear with his face on it.
Hey.
So every time
Now
I get an erection, he becomes
places.
Pinocchio.
Oh my god.
Hashtag Pinocchio erection. All right. So your first bit of news. Take it away, Mole.
Okay, and a weird bit of news that I just got right before this came on. Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, seems to really like the idea of Banjo showing up as the DLC character for Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U. Responding to a fan's question on Twitter, Spencer said that he loves the idea of Banjo joining the fray in the Nintendo All-Star Fighting game. I think it'd be cool if Banjo was in the next Super Smash Bros. DLC, he said. We've worked with Nintendo on rare IP before, no issues. Responding to a fan's question, he said that, which was a response to, and the fan asked him the question based on something that came up during the Nintendo Direct, which we will go on to later. But yeah, so yeah, Phil Spencer of Xbox is wanting to put Banjo in Nintendo games. So they remember they had that property.
It might take them 20 years, like Killer Instinct, but they'll probably remember it again.
Yeah.
Game.
They should.
All right. So with your first bit of news, take it away, Stacy.
All right. Well, do you like things that are raunchy and, oh yeah, all those M ratings? Oh, it's so bad. Oh yeah. It's so M rated and mature. You have to be like a certain kind of person to play this game, not for little fucking kids.
Not if it's so bad. I prefer if it's so good.
It's so bad and it's so goodness. God of War 3 remastered for PS4 getting an M rating for its gruesome and sexy contents. Woo!
Nice, I love that movie.
So basically, they just said that, yeah, more revealing of the bodies. I don't know really how they could do that because you already got like tits in your face in that game. Anyway, closer up. Boss has legs sliced off and his head torn off, if that's not already in there. Blood stains can be on the screen after each blow. And one scene contains a sex mini-game where you pleasure a goddess and two of her handmaidens with
Yes,
your
you do.
tits in your face.
Well,
That one was actually in the regular game.
the
Yeah, but
handmaidens
now you can
kind of
choose to join the
took
goddess
care of
instead.
themselves, but yeah.
Yeah, but like, see, now you can actually participate in that,
Oh.
and you
Oh,
can
they
have the
changed it.
goddess joins you in bed while the camera can focus on the handmaidens, or you can have the on-screen opponent and just watch you fuck her.
Okay, that part's new. In the original game, it just looked at the handmaidens
Or you can watch
automatically.
the two
Yeah.
maidens fuck each other. Or
Well-
you can have all of the above.
Question for you. While you're doing this sex scene, is blood the only liquid that'll splatter on the screen and stay there?
Also, the game includes a lot of scenes with the word fuck. But I don't think it's in a sexual sense. Fuck, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck you and then watch you fuck her while you fuck each other. I don't think it's gonna go like that.
No, it's gonna be like you thought you were gonna buy this game and it was gonna be as good as 1 and 2 instead of just a giant overblown cutscene. Well, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, haha! And you bought the game again. You actually bought the game again. Oh my god, fuck you! Just fuck all of you.
That's most likely how the word is going to be used. But yeah, you can like fuck all these bitches now and watch them like fuck each other while you're fucking the other one.
That still
Yeah.
might be slightly less ridiculous than Ghost of Sparta's sex scene.
I don't know what Ghost of
Yeah.
Sparta is.
Yeah, Ghost of Sparta's sexy was a little crazy.
That one was. Like, I was laughing the first time I saw it. Like, I was like, it's so ridiculous. What is it, like 8 women at the end? I'm like, give me a break, dude. He's
Yeah,
run out of
something
limbs at this
something
point.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, that one was ridiculous for the sexual reasons. I will say, in my opinion, the most ridiculous one was the one from Ascension. Just because it's like, oh, cool sex scene. Monster! It doesn't look like anything that belongs in God of War. What?
Yeah,
What happened here?
I was gonna. That was what I was gonna say. Was that no matter what they sexify in this one, and make just pure raunch and porn, it's still gonna be better than Ascension.
That's not even limited to the
so-
sex scene. Just anything would be better than Ascension.
Yeah, pretty much.
So 100% more fuckability. Oh yeah.
Please
So
put
was
that
our-
on the box, Sony.
Please put that on your business card, Richter.
So,
Now
so,
it's
so,
more.
so
Now it's
Pew,
more fucks.
So Pew, is this an on-disc release or is this just gonna be a PSN download?
I'll assume it'll be on the disc so they can charge more.
I assume it'll be on the disc because, good lord, I mean, if Killzone Shadowfall was
It doesn't
like
say,
50 gigabytes, is that like 80 for God of War 3 remastered?
Remastered.
it doesn't say that it'll
I
be
don't
on
know.
the disc, so it probably could be.
Yeah, okay, that'll work.
You know, because you stick that disc in there nice and hard. You put that fucking disc in there.
That would be a really good sex scene if it was him like inserting a disc into a PS4.
Shove that in there. That's right. You take it. You take it like a little bitch you are.
He kicks down the door and he like goes to grab the box and you have to like mash circle so he can like pry it open and like carefully turn the thing so he can get the disc out, and then you got like mash L1 and R1 to like put the disc in. You're just like, really? You can tear a head off.
Yes, you're fucking
He has
right.
trouble opening a treasure chest and opening a DVD case. And he's like,
But it is worth noting, due to the overwhelming success of the PS4 camera, they have noted that during the sex scene at the very end, it will take a photo of you and instantly send that to your Facebook, your Twitter, and your Instagram with the caption "My cum face." So be aware to make sure you pull the face.
Or at least get your hand out of your pants.
I almost wish that was a function. That'd just be so great.
And on the plus side, if you get the XPound, you'll see the entire time Kratos will be wearing Richter Hammer underwear.
Or loincloth or whatever the fuck, you know.
It was
Richter song.
It was a speedo.
Yeah.
Okay, Richter Hammer Speedo then.
Can you do with this hammer? Fuck you.
That needs to be DLC. Like, that'd be fantastic.
I'm gonna absolutely
yeah.
laugh if the word "fuck" is only used in the credit in between people's names.
Well, it says it is used multiple times, so it has to be at least like more than 3.
But how amazing would that be? Like every developer is something fucking something on all of them on the credit.
Fucking executive producer, fucking artistic director, fucking playtesters.
Oh no, it's not in there as in like words. Oh, if you turn on the dialogue, it's said by people, so they had to have acting in it or whatever.
And we want to thank all of you fucking fans.
Yeah. Fucking thank you for fucking playing.
So thank you for
like,
fucking
what, the
buying
second
this.
greatest like you win screen.
No, it'll be thank you for fucking buying this fucking again, you fucking idiot.
And it's a picture of Kratos on a pile of money.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for giving us your
Even though
fucking
he's
money.
not real, they're just like, yeah, whatever.
No, he's fucking the bitches on the sack of money.
There you
Like
go.
sacks of money.
While holding Scrooge McDuck's head because they don't give a
There you go.
With a post-credit scene. Oh, did you think your fatalities would have worked on me? Fuck you!
shit.
Literally one of the dumbest things ever.
Yes.
I actually had that version of Mortal Kombat. I haven't played this game yet.
Yeah, you know, when you, like I said, when you go against them as people on the fatalities, Jim, on some of them it cuts away during some parts. Like Melina doesn't eat his face. She eats everyone's face except for Kratos. She can't eat his face at one point due to the fact they wanted to protect him from looking weak. And I'm like, it's fucking Mortal Kombat. One of the people is literally a god. Yes, okay, you could argue, well, Kratos kills gods. Who gives a shit? He's famous for dying multiple times. I don't think there's been a game out yet where he hasn't died once.
Yeah,
It's true.
pretty much.
It is silly.
But I believe it's Richter's news.
Indeed.
That is true. All right, so my first one, heard about this game called Yandere Simulator, where basically, I don't know if you've ever heard of a tsundere, but that's a tsundere. That's
I think you made it up.
no, I didn't. That's like a one of those people that's like super cold to you, but then really loves you. I don't know, but yandere is someone that loves someone so much they'll kill for that person. So basically, you play as a schoolgirl who then I assume murders well, you murder people, but I assume it's people that were like looking at the guy you love or whatever. But then you like kill them and you have to like clean up before the cops arrive and shit, and it looks hilarious. Some people are like, "This is like horrifying. This seems like a sociopath," and people are like, "You do worse in fucking every other game you play." Like God of War is way worse than this. But
I'll be honest. In real
yeah.
life, if someone looks at my man, I'm gonna scratch their eyes out.
I said it
Exactly.
sounds like bitch rivalmance or something.
Something like that. But it just like what little I've seen of it in the little like trailer and stuff, it kind of reminds me of the really awesome part of Indigo Prophecy, when you first start the game. I don't know if anyone played that. Like,
I've
I
heard
think
so many weird things about it.
okay, when I first played that, real quick, like I did the beginning scene, which is awesome because you just wake up in the middle of a bathroom and it's like, oh, you look like you've committed a crime, so you have to clean up everything, and then you have to make it out before like a cop comes in and sees everything, and then it switches over, and then you have to play as the cop and you find like all the ways in which you screwed up and left evidence, and I thought that was really awesome.
Nice.
And then Marcus showed me the end of the game, and I swore he switched discs because it became like Dragon Ball Z like QT game, and I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
But the beginning part was really awesome, and this game kind of looks like that, where it's like you murder someone and then you have to like clean it up and dispose of the body and like not get caught. And I'm like, it looks pretty fun, like not in like a like, oh, I'm gonna do this and act it out kind of way, but just like it looks kind of neat that you have to like make sure to clean everything up in a
Wasn't that
silly game
a,
setting.
wasn't that like a Heavy Rain, like the prequel to Heavy Rain or something similar?
Yeah, the way Victor described it reminded me of Stacy's Facebook wall.
Oh no! You're talking about my actual real life. That's a Stacy Life Simulator.
That's Pewcraft.
Yeah, there you go. I
Alright.
always clean it up and feed the body to pigs.
Although it technically seems unnecessary because if it is like Dragon Ball Z, couldn't you just Kamehameha the place?
You could.
No, because the enemies do that too.
Oh, okay.
They Kamehameha or whatever.
Well, like just they were like flying around, and okay, if anyone's playing Psychic Force 2012, it looked like that. You go from basically Heavy Rain to that. Like I didn't watch any in the middle, but I swore he just loaded a different game. Like I was like, what the?
So it's almost like Dusk Till Dawn. I'm not sure if anyone's here seen that film, but the film
Long
started
time ago.
with Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney being brothers, and the whole film is like a crime film with these two brothers on the run from the police. Then they go to this titty bar, and suddenly the whole place is vampires. And you're like, wait, what just happened? It just suddenly became a vampire film out of nowhere, and like right at the end, and that's why that film's awesome. More films need that. That should have been the ending to Schindler's List.
That would certainly be interesting.
That was revealed in Schindler's List too. Schindler's Past.
Yeah.
All right. So next bit of news.
Hello.
Jim, did you have? Oh yeah.
Oh, nothing. I was going to make a joke.
Oh okay.
I was going to say, didn't they adapt Schindler's List in Japan and call it Death Note? Thank you.
Nice.
Did
And no, that was my only news.
that was your on? All right. So Stacy, your second bit of news.
Who likes Amiibos that aren't out because why the fuck would you want to put out my most favorite character of Amiibo? Yeah! Fucking Captain Olimar's coming.
I know. Did you pre-order them in the 2-second window when GameStop servers weren't down?
Oh, no.
Because it's an Amiibo. Did you forget that part? You can't get one
I always buy it on fucking eBay or Amazon.
for
It's
like 3
available
times
there.
the price. You're crazy.
No way! I bought all mine for like $13.
Also, I'd like to point out, screw Captain Olimar, Yarn Yoshi amiibos. Fuck yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that
more
was
on
for
that
the more on that later. But right now I'm talking about let's see. You got Dark Pit, what the fuck is her name?
Palutena.
Palutena, Zero Suit Samus, Ganondorf, Dr. Mario, Bowser Jr.,
Which
Charizard.
I will say, I totally want Zero Suit Samus. I have Samus. I want Zero Suit Samus as well. I can never get enough Samus.
Yep.
At least she doesn't have a yellow piss streak like Link.
Yeah, I want to get Zero Suit, and then I decided I think I'm going to get the Ganondorf, and I'm going to put him between Zero Suit and Zelda, so I can make Pimpendorf.
They also have Charizard,
Mega Man
Pac-Man,
side looking sad.
Wario, Jigglypuff, Gray Ninja, which he's blue by the way.
Just so Pimpendorf doesn't discriminate, are you also going to include Mr. Mime if they ever do one?
Yeah. Another thing is they included Lucina, whoever the fuck that is. I think it's like Fire Emblem or something.
That's Femarth.
Yeah. So, and they have Robin, which I don't like just because I love the female Robin in the game, which I
Stephanie?
never have. Wait, what? No, I like the female Robin in the game.
Stephanie?
And who the fuck is Stephanie? This isn't Full House.
He was a female Robin.
He's making a Batman joke.
Oh, okay, I don't know who the female Robin is. There's Dick Grayson and get the fuck
Yes,
out of anyone else.
Yeah.
I thought Tim Robbins was the female one. Or Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, of course they have like the male Robin, but it's like why when there's like male and female versions, why do you always got to do the male version? But I guess they did the female version of Wii Fit Trainer, but that was the main one. But whatever, I don't know. Okay, then you also have Ness.
It doesn't really matter because aren't all the Fire Emblem characters in that game basically just clones of each other anyway?
No, Robin looks cool. Everybody else looks the same.
Actually, Robin is slightly different, but
it's because for one, and I can't believe I'm going to say it, it's because of one really ridiculous reason. In my opinion, at least, with the female-male amiibo things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want the villager?
Yeah.
He was a boy.
I didn't. I wanted the female villager, but I still wanted the villager regardless.
But yes, that's my point, Pew. As a female, if you see the male villager, you will still go, "Oh, it's a male villager. It's still a villager. Cool," and you'll take him. A load of like little boys look at that same figure, and if that had been a girl, they're gonna be like, "I don't want her," and they won't buy him just for the fact it's not a boy one. That's just kind of how it's.
Why not make both?
I'd also be very sad though if a little boy is playing Animal Crossing or plays enough of it to recognize it. That's obviously parents that don't love their child.
No, my best friend's brother played the shit out of Animal Crossing, like all the fucking time.
And now he kills small rabbits. What's your point?
No, now he's in fucking Japan, like doing weird artsy shit.
Killing small rabbits.
I will say
designing or whatever.
I will say my niece loved Animal Crossing on a DS because to her she's like, "Yay, it's like a portable Minecraft." And I was like, okay, I don't know how that works, but cool.
You mean like the beat it? Never mind.
Yeah.
I just like the female Robin.
I think the female one's better too. I would buy Robin if they had the female one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I feel like I'm eventually going to get codename Steam, so I'd like at least one of the Fire Emblem people so I can use them in the game, but Marth's out of the question because they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll release more. We don't care when. Fuck you guys." And then Ike, yeah, no. So it's like, I guess Lucina or Robin, but I don't want the male Robin. He looks hella generic, so it's like, oh, Femarth it is.
Yeah, and also, they have like, just to fuck you further, they had the Splatoon amiibos and the villager amiibo cards, which is like, fuck you, I'd buy the actual like villager extra villager people like amiibos, but they just have a fucking card, so it's like, fuck you then.
To be fair, I would make the case just because I know a load of kids play Animal Crossing as well. That's actually better for the parents if it comes with a whole bunch of cards that the kid can use, instead of having to spend $10 per figure to get the same amount.
They should at least have the option.
That's going to be a lot.
They should at least have the option, because I would get it.
It'll also cost them more money to make them.
Well, of course it's going to cost them more money, because you're actually making something cool. But no, you hate making money and spending money to make money.
No, they like making money. That's why they made 2 sets of Mario ones.
Nintendo loves to hate making money. That's why they don't release enough of each amiibo.
That as well.
I know, but like they could have one of my favorite like villager people was Bob the cat, and he was like this black cat that had this like really like he had kind of like how Mo always puts his character into face with the flat eyes, and he kind of looks super bored and tired. Or, so it was, I love an amiibo of that. Oh my god, I would even fucking use it for anything. I just keep it because that's all.
my Mii's eyes are not super bored or tired. That with those eyes, with the smirk he's got, it looks like he's just got a sort of sarcastic, really face on him.
Or I don't know if the other
find
one's
hilarious.
smirking, but I don't know if he's smirking, and he probably is. But he just looks really tired and slightly high. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's because they don't have many eye options, and that was the best one. That with the smirk, just whenever you win a match, it's just like, really, you thought you could win, and he's just got this little arrogant look on his face.
Yeah, because
I like
I
little
love
arrogant
my
me.
Amiibos. They're right next to my Scribblenauts characters, next to my TV. So yeah. But anyway, so those are the Amiibos. Fuck yeah, Captain Olimar, I've been waiting for them, and he comes with the pigment with him. Yeah.
The Pigman?
Yeah, the pigment.
That's really what it sounded like even more so than normal.
Yeah.
That was the pigman.
Yeah, the
I swear
Pigman.
she said piglet, actually. It comes with
No,
the
it's
piglet. I was
fucking
like, what?
pigment. You shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it does like she said. It sounds like the words pig and the words man together,
No!
like two nuke
It's
enemies.
fucking pigment.
Yes,
Shut the fuck up. I'm Italian. This is how I talk.
that's true.
I thought Italians talk like this. They still not.
Well, if they're, I don't know, stoned maybe.
That's your secret.
Fucking pigment, and it's awesome. And I love the yellow pigment, and he's also there. It's the original red, blue, and yellow.
I can hear her just say the word pigman all day. It's funny.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
That's gold on this podcast.
No, that's what they're called. They're called the pigmen.
No, they're called pigman.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they're called the Pigmen. Pigmen is a novel by Paul Zindel.
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking nuts. They're called fucking pigmen.
If anyone out there is listening, please make a pigman amiibo. Just take that dude
Fuck
from
you.
Duke Nukem and put him on the base.
Yeah,
I hate you.
with the Gregorian gods.
Yes.
Or just a yellow pigment. That'd be cool. Because they have the cutest ears.
That's racist. Oh.
I was gonna make a comment, but I was like, no. I will respect him enough not to mention him here.
If anyone out there is listening and has a guess as to what Mole was going to say, make a Photoshop of it.
Is this where we give him a choice, like the WWE app, and all three are the same?
Yes. Oh man, an XPound app. Oh man.
Was it Marcus Shadow, the Hammer sidekick, or Shadow Cougar Spawn? You choose. The answers are below.
Nice. But
So, onto your news, Mole.
yay. Sony Computer Entertainment has acquired the technology patent behind the streaming service OnLive. The terms under which the deal were made have not been shared entirely, but Sony now owns several of OnLive's assets, including its US and international portfolio patents on cloud gaming. OnLive is a streaming service specializing in cloud-based video game play on multiple devices. Once it begins to cut its surface and products, it will downsize and eventually close down. It will remain active until April 30th, and no subscription renewals will be charged as of today, which was April 2nd on the day of this news being reported. OnLive adds that those who were charged for their subscription renewal after March 28th will be issued refunds. But Sony has not yet discussed what their plans with this technology are, but it's likely that they acquired the patents to add their game streaming service PlayStation Now. They made a similar move back in 2012, it says here, when they purchased cloud gaming service Gaikai. I really don't know how to pronounce that. Gaikai?
I just think that they purchased that and PlayStation Home just closed down. I think we know what's going to happen with PlayStation Home. Nothing.
Yeah. But OnLive seemed cool. I kind of wanted to subscribe to that a while back because it looked sort of like the Netflix of gaming, where you do a subscription, get a little game system, hook up to your TV, get like a Netflix subscription, and you can play loads of cool little games and stuff. But then by the time I was actually like, okay, I'm going to let them get a few more games, but by the time I actually went to do it, they hadn't updated their catalogs for like a year or two, and I'm like, this isn't a good sign. And it turns out to be, it was dying a horrible death. And I was like, it was a great idea. Looked like it was cool and stuff. So I'm interested to see what PlayStation does with this. Back to Hammer.
All right. So for my second bit of news, last one, the Tokyo-based Imageepoch, which recently, which one was it? I think it was NIS or Atlas, I forget which one, said that they were going to bring out one of their games, excuse me, that they worked on, Stella Glow. I think it was Atlas, yeah. Announced that they were going to bring out an Imageepoch game. But it seems that the executive of that company has completely disappeared, and I can't remember if I originally did that as my news a couple weeks ago, where they were like rumored to be in financial trouble, the actual company that made it. I think so. But yeah, if you go to their website, it's has a web page is not available, as is their special JRPG site. And one of the games that they're coming out with, it's the Stella Glow one. The Sega site actually is there for the game, but the Imageepoch one doesn't exist anymore. So it's like, oh, this is kind of weird. And says here that he's not updated his Twitter since October 2014, and like they've had trouble getting a hold of him. Like nobody could find him. That even the Idea Factory International executive president tweeted out that he, if anyone could help him get in touch with the guy, which is not a very good sign. If a company president's like, hey, anyone out there help me get in touch with this other president? Like, whoa, dude, that guy's hella gone.
Richter.
And also people...
I don't think he's famous enough, but we'll see.
Yeah, and also apparently workers have quit over it and stuff.
Yeah.
Or left. And I said to Pew, my guess with that was, I'm thinking he's dead.
He might be. At the very least, he doesn't want to be found.
And why do people not want him to be found unless they're dead? Okay, that's not the reason.
Yeah.
We could ask Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. He's trying to take Osama bin Laden's crown of hide-and-seek champion of the world.
Why is that not a video game?
Osama bin Laden's hide-and-seek championship.
Oh, man. With how offensive it is, I support that.
Yep. And with a cross-promotion with 2K, you can download John Cena, and if you win, the championship will spin.
Nice. But yeah, apparently also they reported that the company's offices were for rent and the phone number doesn't work. Apparently Kotaku called it. So yeah, that's
not a good sign.
Yeah. So I don't know. I assume the game is enough done that it's actually still going to come out, because I remember hearing about their financial troubles a couple weeks ago, and then like real recently Alice is like, oh yeah, we have the rights to bring this out and to outside of Japan in the summer, and I'm like, interesting. I thought they were in trouble. Maybe they're going to turn it around like Crytek or something, and then he's like missing, and I'm like, I hope enough is done. Otherwise Atlas is like, never mind, jokes, April 1st, just a couple days early. Like, okay. All right. So now we will move on to the catch-up section. Woo! And Stacy, you said you hadn't played anything this week?
I realized I was surprised when I had to think of it, because I've just been so busy moving, and I just fixing up the place.
Motress?
Yeah, and I played Painting Simulator, if you want to do that, with my stairs yesterday.
Oh man, you're in a place with stairs. That's fancy.
Well, I have a porch, so I painted the porch stairs, but I'm glad I did it right before it fucking rained.
Better than honking.
That would be so terrible if I did it and then all of it washed away. I'd be so pissed. But thankfully it dried and then it rained. So I'm good.
Nice.
It's not wrong. I kind of want that to be a game now as well. Stephen
Watching paint
Hawking's
dry simulator?
No, Stephen Hawking's science, where it'll come up in the corner. Better than Hawking. When you're using like the Wiimote to do like beakers and stuff.
Nice. All right, so Jim, you want to go first with any games you played this week?
Sure, I can do that. Let's see, the primary game I played, well, I'll do the lesser one first. One thing I did play, and I haven't played in a while, but me, Marcus Shadow, and QJ, because QJ finally got himself a PlayStation 3 again, and so we wanted something we could play together, and so since he tried DCUO and he didn't like that too much, who can blame him? Yeah, we decided to run multiplayer on Uncharted 2 because he hadn't, at the time that we started, he had not finished the story mode on 3. So he didn't want to be spoiled as to characters and the maps, so we decided to do the co-op modes in 2, and we did a couple of death matches, which were fun. So that was a lot of fun getting back into that game and remembering how fun that was. I like those kind of, when those games there's like a run-around death match, basic shoot 'em up and that kind of game. It reminds me of the old James Bond games and stuff, so that's always been a lot of fun. And so we did fun through the co-op maps, some of which were the first and third one were not that bad. The second one was a pain in the ass, surprisingly. And then we ran a death match, which I found particularly fun because it automatically divides the teams into heroes and villains. So it was me as Drake versus them as two generic villain guys. So I lost because it was 2-on-1, but I put up a good fight. Even though it was 2-on-1, I think my score was equivalent to 2/3 of theirs, and they had 2 of them. So was not overall terrible. It was a lot of fun to play and get back into that. I did enjoy playing that again. And QJ doesn't really want to go through and play some of the multiplayer on Uncharted 3 as well. And he has also just recently purchased Modern Warfare 2 to play with me because we were going to play Graw 2, and apparently they shut down the servers on that.
Aww. Graw's an awesome game.
Yeah, which sucks because I prefer Graw to
Yeah.
Graw 2 actually, but I
That's the
prefer
only one I played.
because I prefer Graw to Modern Warfare, to be honest. Although I have both, I only bought either of them because they were dirt freaking cheap. But yeah, so we'll be playing that soon. The other thing I've been playing a lot of, as has been the last few times I've been on this show, is Grand Theft Auto 5 because the game's awesome. Of course, a few weeks ago they installed the Heist DLC, and we've been playing that. Marcus Shadow went out and bought the game and joined the crew to help out. And, our good friend, the former Passing Through reviewer, has been helping us out, if you remember him from back in early XPound days.
Yay.
Yay.
I do remember that guy.
Didn't we put him on a bus?
Nice. But yeah, we've been playing that and running through a lot of the missions, going through the heists and things. We got Marcus in the game. We're mostly focusing on getting Marcus caught up. We got him an apartment. We got him some nice cars. So he's kind of caught up now, and now we're at the point where we're just trying to finish through all the heists. We've been doing them under me because I had already started, so we finished 2 complete heists under me and all the setup missions for the third. We just have to do the actual heist for the third. We haven't been able to get through that just yet. No, wait, we did get through that last night. Yes, not last night, the night before. We did finish the third heist. We did pull that off because I made like $350,000, which was awesome. So, yeah, that was pretty fun. So we're going through Heist, playing a lot of that because it's a real fun multiplayer game. QJ was allowed to play with us, but unfortunately his Grand Theft Auto 5 is on PS3. And apparently, unless you're DCUO, you don't have the capacity for cross-console play. So,
Yeah, that's because unlike DCUO, other ones have, stuff that takes advantage of PS4. Instead of just basically porting a PS3 game to the PS4 with no changes.
it has much nicer graphics.
I wouldn't go as far as to say much nicer.
No, they really are much nicer graphics, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't say much nicer.
I would, but anyway.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree. Moving along. Yeah, so I'm playing a lot of that. That's been really fun. So we did some basic jobs and things too, but it's been fun getting, expanding the repertoire. I bought an XPound battle truck. Basically the in-game equivalent of a Ford F650, and I made it black and orange, and it's 6-seater, and I put armor on it and shit. It's kind of awesome. Which is pretty cool. So building that up, and inevitably the other thing I want to get an XPound battle chopper, but I need like a lot of money for that, so that'll take a while. So we'll see how long that takes. But yeah, just kind of building up, getting resources. It's a lot of fun. And being able to play with other players and run these heists. And the other thing I'm just pain about the heist is the fact that half the time you got to find people to be in them if you don't have a full crew established with you. You got to find people to actually participate, and then they jump in, and they act like greedy fucks, and they want more of a cut. It's like, no, fuck you. I hate when people do that.
Welcome to the internet.
Pretty much. It's like, okay, I understand you want to make money off this because you're doing the mission, fair enough, but A, you didn't participate in any of the setups, which I had to participate. I participated in all the setups, and I didn't get paid for any of them because I funded. And not only that, I funded the heist for $54,000. So I'm out $54,000. I got no pay for the last 3 missions I did, 3 to 5 missions I did. So, yeah, I want a bigger cut. That's why the game is designed that way, and they say so. And
then they the person of
Yeah, but it's also like MMOs. Why, whenever you play any MMOs, do people always need stuff that they don't actually need just to try and get it more?
This is true.
I need that shield for my rogue who can't use it. It's for this ult I may make.
Yeah, it completely undoes the whole purpose of need versus greed. It's like hardly anyone does greed, and the few honest people that do greed
never get anything.
They just don't get anything because everyone's like, nope, need it.
Yeah,
really? Why do you need it? I might sell it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah, basically that's unfortunately how it is. But yeah, it's like I understand. Okay, I don't mind upping it a little bit, but don't come in and demand it even 25% across the board because you have done all the work up to this point. You are not getting 25%. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I said I'm willing to go 20 and me 40 because I get you some money. I'm fine with that, but I'm not going 25 with you. No, screw that. But yeah, it's just been a lot of fun playing the heist thing. I mean, it was fun when I started it, but after doing jobs for a while, it does kind of get a little boring. But now there's ability to actually earn decent amounts of money, so you can actually buy cool shit, like cars and boats and choppers and tanks and every damn thing else. It's a lot of fun. So it's really been a pretty fun experience going through the game, doing stuff, meeting people. It's just a great game, and the heist DLC is. Other than a few, like I said, the problem of the people with the money, and the other issue of there's been some server issues, although there was a patch last night, so maybe that fixed that. But there was some server issues of, sometimes there were random disconnects, and people randomly leave in the middle of heist and screw the heist over and things like that. So it is. So there's some problems. There are some problems with it, but.
And there's also the other error.
What's that?
The other error, which I mentioned to Marcus and Andy the other day, like my brother was having it where. He goes to play online, and every time he can't save online because it says unable to connect to the Rockstar Cloud servers. And he's checked online. What you're supposed to do is delete the game data off your PS4, reinstall the game data, and then do it again. And he's done that, and it hasn't fixed it for him. Andy mentioned it happened to him, and luckily it fixed it for him. But that's a huge error where a load of people just can't play online now.
Yeah, that is a pain. Well, all I can say is I'm glad that so far I have not come across that issue. I've had a few disconnect problems here and there, but nothing that rendered the game unplayable. And I found it to be a lot of fun. So.
Yep, GTA 5 is pretty fun.
Yeah, so I asked Bull decided if he's going to buy it again, or at least borrow from his brother to play with us.
I've decided I'm probably not going to buy it again.
Fair enough.
Only because, like I said, with this big error, it's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to buy the game again, put it in, get this error, and not be able to play it. So it's like, great, I just wasted my money. I'm like, I don't want to risk that.
Fair enough. I didn't know if you were also going to borrow. You're going to borrow from your brother instead. You mentioned that was an option too.
Yeah, that was an option, and I might still do that sometime.
Fair enough. But yeah, GTA 5 has been a lot of fun. So that's what I played this week.
Nice.
All right. So, Mole, with your catch-up?
My first one I played this week, little old, because it's all the way back on PS3. I had this fucking when it first came out. And I say old just because it's had like 2 or 3 sequels since, but
And just like old all the way on PS3.
Yeah. Sonic Generations. Because we have an Easter sale over here, and that was on the Easter sale on the store for like £2. So I was like, I love this game. Yes, I loved that game. I just got rid of it eventually, like because I like to trade in my games. But I just said fuck it, it's £2. Boom, bought that, and I was playing through it again. Still got my save, so I have every level beat. And oh my god, playing through like say Green Hill on the old Sonic, and I say old Sonic because it's like the little fat Sonic. We're playing through his original Sonic, and then you collect all of the like 50 rings, and then press triangle, boom. It's Super Sonic. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm going through the game because I still got Super Sonic. And it's like, I just love Sonic Generations, and I love the fact that it includes the original Mega Drive game of Sonic on there, so that's pretty cool. Cool little platforming throwback for Sonic fans, yay. And the next game I played this week, which was also on the Easter sale, Digimon All-Star Rumble. It does so much right, but then does so much wrong. Like, there's no online option, so you can't play online. There's like no online battles. Which, there goes the fun in that part. The story mode, they do the lazy part, which I kind of expected the second I saw the Saban Brands logo flash up, because this is the same way he's done some of the Power Ranger games. It's literally just a photo of the game and then text with no actual dialogue or anything. I'm like, oh god. And then, but when you actually get in, and the actual story mode's kind of fun to play through, because it becomes like, you know, like a platforming game similar to, you've played Skylanders, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like that. It's like Skylanders gameplay for a little while for each stage, and you go through whichever Digimon you chose. I chose Agumon first because I was like, yay, he's the little yellow dinosaur from season 1. I liked him. I will also mention I have not liked Digimon since the movie.
Digimon Infinity.
Yeah, I didn't like it since Digimon the movie, and I didn't like it with Digimon fucking season 2 when they changed the cast to people that just weren't as good. We all know it, and the Digimons weren't as good. That might just be me, but I'm playing through with this one. I'm like a little argument. I'm going through, I'm killing everything. Then when you kill everything on the little platforming Skylander style levels, you get to the very end, and there's a Digimon there with a little payphone next to him. You go to the payphone, it saves your game. Then you talk to the Digimon, he's like, you insert name. He doesn't actually say insert name, or that wouldn't surprise me with who's making this. But he's like, hello, Agumon. You're also entering this Digimon tournament? What? The one that all Digimon want to enter? You're going to enter? What? Okay, then I suppose we should probably fight. And then it cuts to like the Smash Brothers-ish style fighting game. I mean, it's not quite as extreme as Smash Brothers. It's more like a brawl mixed with Smash Brothers. Sort of like a hybrid between Smash Brothers and some other brawlers, and you play that game and you get to Digivolve during your matches, which, Rick, after you complete story mode, you can change what you Digivolve into.
Oh, okay.
Each one has an extra alternate to unlock when you beat story mode. I haven't unlocked all the characters yet because they're unlockable through story mode, but sometimes when you go through story mode, some characters always meet the same people. It's like, But like Agumon can go into, is it War Greymon or something like that when he transforms? He's like, boom, I'm now War Greymon, bitches, as he does all that cool like fucking like spirit bomb attack and stuff.
Right.
Or you can turn into Omnimon.
Nice.
Which is badass.
I like Omnimon.
I like it. I liked how he looked. I like how he plays. Worst end boss ever. For the opposite of what you think.
Mm-hmm.
I went through the stage and getting to him, I died a few times on the little minions and stuff, and it was a grind getting to him. But that's cool, I didn't mind that. And then I get to him. The fight, it then goes, he's like, aha, you must fight me. As I am Onumon, you must fight me in your full power. And suddenly, boom, you've now got your Digivolved state permanently with maxed out energy.
Mm-hmm.
which means, yeah, I just ate through his health and killed him in like 2 or 3 seconds. I'm like, that was really, that was the boss. His minions were harder than him. That shouldn't be a thing. But that was pretty cool, and there's like a battle mode and stuff in it. So yeah, that was Digimon All-Star Rumble. Like I said, I kind of like the game. Right now I'm playing for a Digimon I haven't seen before, called Shoutmon.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he looks like one of the Chaotix carrying a staff.
It's a
Yeah,
microphone
Shaomon.
staff, yeah.
Shaomon is the main Digimon from the current show, the Fusion.
Ha! Sorry.
Yeah, like I hadn't seen that show. It was on Netflix, and my son watched way too much of it, and I was like, "Oh, okay," because he saw season 1, 2, and 3. They don't have 4 up, but yeah, I saw from Fusion, which was
For
very.
good reason.
It's like cool. There's like some cool ideas there, but it gets really weird at some points. Like it's like half centaur, and I'm like, what the? Because he's like 6 dudes merged together, and I'm like, that's just messy. It's cool when Transformers do it, when like well, I mean, because back then they weren't like necessarily living creatures, but like now it's like you mash like 6 creatures together, and it looks kind of hideous.
Kill me. No, but,
He turned into Suicide Mon.
yeah.
I want to digi die.
And once again, this is ironic because other than from Saban, they should take a lesson from living Zords and become a Megazord, because that's exactly how 6 creatures should combine together.
There you go.
But yeah, like I said, it was kind of cool, I suppose. But like I said, Shoutmon, like I said, he looks like a Chaotic carrying a big scepter, and he goes, "Don't want to hit him on the head with it." I'm like, okay, he's kind of cool enough. I'm using him at the moment through story mode, but I will also say they have items in there which are kind of cool. I have a favorite item for maybe the wrong reasons, just because it's fucking hilarious. One of the items, I suddenly get a green poisonous mist around me, and if one of my attacks connects to my opponent, he turns into that green slimy snot Digimon that can't do anything. It just goes, oh, it tries to get away.
Numamon?
Yes, I think so.
A little slime? Nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's kind of awesome. Yeah, we have Digimon over here on Amazon Prime, not on Netflix, which is, I'll get to why that's funny in a sec. We have from season 1 all the way up to the season before Fusion.
Oh, okay.
Then on Netflix they have Fusion. I'm like, why is that becoming a thing nowadays? At least over here between Amazon Prime and Netflix, like one gets half, one gets the other half. It's like, okay, not everyone's going to subscribe to both like I do. Some people are going to just pick on one.
Yeah, we don't have Netflix over here has 1, 2, and 3, but it doesn't have. It was 4, but I don't remember if they called it Tamers. I think the Japanese name was Frontier, but it's the one where like the kids become the Digimon. That one was weird, but it had some cool designs. But like I don't know why that one's not up.
That was season 3. Over here it was Tamers.
Although speaking of Digimon and Pokemon and stuff, you know, you know what I kind of want to be dubbed just because I want to see this on like an official release. The horrible, shitty looking Avengers cartoon they made in Japan. The one where the kids summon the Avengers like Pokemon.
Oh. I think didn't they make a PSP game of that, or is that something else?
That was something else. I think that may have the PSP one may have possibly been what do you call it, Superhero Squad, which was like a little tiny chibi version cartoon series.
There was like a PSP one where they like, it was kind of like a trading card game, but like you could use little. I thought maybe I'm just completely making this up, but I thought there was one where like you got little things and you would actually like summon them to fight. Or you
that might be the one called Marvel Trading Card Game.
But I don't think it was. I don't think it was that one though. I think there was another one that wasn't the trading card game. It was just kind of like it.
Yeah, this one apparently, from what they described it as, it was something along the lines of Loki uses some sort of magic spell, and as a result, all the heroes get trapped in another dimension. However, they can come to our dimension temporarily, if they're summoned through these magical crystals.
Mm.
So literally, the kids are like, "Hulk, I choose you," and throw him out into battle. It looks so fucking ridiculously stupid. It looks almost as bad as what the fuck they did to Spider-Man in Japan. But I kind of want to see it once just so I can make up my own mind on whether or not it's actually as stupid as it sounds. And also, I just want to watch it because it's probably as stupid as it sounds. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to look at the train wreck.
Yeah.
But back to Richter for his games.
All right. So for me this week, two of the games I played, one of which was on the Sony portable handheld system, and it was called Damascus Gear. And I don't know how I didn't hear about this game before it came out. But it's isometric view, so kind of like Diablo, but it's like Armored Core. So you like pick different parts to put on your mech that you drive around, and you pick two different weapons, one for each hand, and you can get one on your back, and it's actually pretty cool.
I may be wrong in assuming this, but based on its name, is it any ties to that? What was it, Guilty Gear or whatever it was called? That was sort of like a mech styles thing. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Guilty Gear is like Street Fighter.
Which one was I thinking of? There was something I was thinking of. Like the Armored Core series. There was one of them that ended in gear, and you were in like mech suits and got to blast shit open. That's gonna bug me. Oh well.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it could be a little bit more like Diablo, but it's very much like Armored Core in that you can paint the different parts, and you pick different arms, different legs, different head, shoulders, stuff, the weapons and whatever like that, and you have to it's less stat intensive, so like really you need the power from the, like, whatever the torso is dictates what other parts you can put on, where like Armored Core there's like weight for the legs and stuff, and that's one thing I hated about Armored Core, because you're like, oh, you get tank treads. Oh, they can't carry that much. What? You get like 4 legs. You're like, sweet. You're like, oh, I can't carry that much. You're like, fuck it, this game. but you can do that, and then you can color them. I made mine. I don't know. He was just boxing, and just randomly, I was like, I'm gonna make. I was messing around with the colors, and I made his legs blue, and I'm like, huh. So I made his legs blue, and I made his arms and upper body red, so he looks like Optimus Prime. and I named him Prime. I'm like, yeah, and he looks pretty cool. But then you get the little missions, so it's like, oh, you go out and you have like a couple minutes, and you go, and it's kind of like hack and slashy like Diablo, and it's the same view. But it's actually pretty cool. It's super no frills though. Like there doesn't seem to be much else to it. It's just like do all the missions. There's a good chunk of them so far, but it's there's no like multiplayer or like challenge missions or anything that I've seen. It seems just like go do the missions, kind of like a game. Like like sometimes they like put in extra modes for extra replayability. It seems like this is just like, here's the game. It's, I think, like $15 on the store. But it's actually pretty fun. Yeah.
I was just amused by you saying, yeah, so it's sort of like a game. Like, what? The other ones aren't games, they're lifestyles.
Yeah. Well, like Skyrim, dude. That's Skyrim is a life absorber. But yeah, it's like so like it has like so far a good amount of missions, but I don't know how much you'd replay them because there's not much else to it. And I don't think it needs multiplayer, but totally like co-op in a game like that would be really fun. And if there was like longer levels or something like that, but yeah, I'm enjoying that.
That's what Skyrim should bring in, Rick.
Multiplayer?
No, they should bring. I was just thinking then, like you mentioned, like it absorbs so much time.
Mm-hmm.
Under options, you can set a timer for how long you want to be playing this game, so you don't accidentally waste too much time on it. Then when that time limit's up, it automatically forces you to play it in third-person view because it knows people will just turn it off at that point.
I support that. I like the idea of the third person in that game as a form of punishment. It's true, but then the second game I played was Dragon Quest Heroes. My buddy lent me that and another game. These are Japanese PS4 games. But it's the one that's Dragon Quest. That's like Dynasty Warriors. And I played a couple levels of it. Already died once because there's one level where it's like, oh look, there's a dragon. And when the level starts, he does this like sweeping fire breath, and it did like over a third of my health because you don't have much health to start. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was running around like hitting him, and then he like there's all these other guys, and then I like died. And I'm like, oh, am I supposed to die? And it's like, no, you weren't. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, no, he's gonna do that cheap ass fire breath in the beginning. So it like starts, and I like run to the side away from where he's sweeping it. No, it'll still hit you. And I'm like, oh, that's not cool. But basically, if you survive like I don't know, a couple, like a little bit longer, then it like I assume teaches you about leveling up or something, because it's like says something, and then you just level up and you get your health back. I was like, oh, okay. And then destroy the dragon. But it's pretty fun so far. It has like magic points instead of like a strong attack. Like you'll do a spell, which is actually kind of cool.
Nice.
So like you can, when you start out, you can pick like a dude or a girl. And if anyone doesn't know Dragon Quest, the artwork is done by Akira Toriyama. So the guys, their spiky hair looks suspiciously like Gohan, because of course it does. And the girl's hair looks, kind of well, it's in a ponytail, so it kind of looks like Bulma's way back when, or Marl for all you Chrono Trigger fans. And then if you fill up like a tension meter or whatever, then you can go like super powerful. And the girl, it's kind of actually, I thought this was neat, but the girl, like when she powers up, she doesn't have the ponytail anymore. Her hair's like loose, and I just thought that was kind of cool that like she's so powerful, just busts out of the ponytail. And I asked my friend, because I was like, does the dude get like blonde hair? And he laughs, and he's like, not quite, but they do get the powered up state where it's probably his hair's probably spikier. But yeah. Close enough. But it's kind of cool that you can choose the guy or the girl to do it. I don't know if you can swap. I haven't reached a point where I could.
I believe you have to go to the doctors for that.
That's true.
I want a game that does that one. You can go in there and it makes a big deal. Like now you're a pro-stop.
If anything I would have thought Saints Row 4, but
yes.
But yeah, so far I've only done a couple stages, but it is pretty fun. Looking forward to get back to that probably in the next few days. Well, I just did like the introductory stages, so I finally, I believe now have enough for a full party, because basically you have a party of 4 and they follow you around and you can switch between who you're using. And I just have like the girl, the guy, and then you get the king at some point, and he's like the big dude with the hammer. But it's kind of neat. The girl's magic is like ice and wind magic, so it's kind of cool. If you like charge it up, and I have like a combo with it, but like she'll throw out like ice and then like a big whirlwind that'll like pick up the
nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming out here so I can understand more of what's going on. Like my friend sent me a link with he's like, here's like the menu translations and stuff. I'm like, okay, good. So I'm like looking at the pictures. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to remember like where the important stuff is, like where I put my skill points, So I've got that menu. I'm like, okay, good. I found that one. Like buying stuff, like I hope I don't need to buy anything, because they just translate like this is where like shop menu, but they don't translate what anything is, so it's like having to figure it out. And I'm like, I think I'll hold off on that until I need it.
That's something I'm surprised the game hasn't done, or console hasn't done yet.
Consoles
is sort of, how consoles are always doing the, we can play, like, well, some of them anyway, are doing the whole, we're region free, you can play anything there, we're encouraging it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not give you an app you could download and install that if you've done it, sort of like, it wouldn't be 100% accurate, but it's like having built-in Google Translate. So if you hit English as the output, any game you go to play, it's kind of auto-translates it into English via whatever language the game happens to be in. I think that'd be hugely beneficial.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Again, people hate money, so
And not just be able to convert it into English. I could also work the other way around.
Yes.
Like, if you didn't speak English, you could convert it into not English.
Fuck you, learn English.
Play God of War in Japanese. It'd be fun to just that would be an amazing feature, because think of like what you could do even if you didn't, like if I was in America here, if I had, let's say, played some game, like let's say Uncharted, and I'm like, man, this game, I've played it enough or something, beat it or whatever. What if then you could switch it into like German or something like that? That'd be like just amazing, just to like see all the German. I know it wouldn't change like what they're speaking, but like, yeah, it'd just be kind of funny to see all this stuff in German.
I'm gonna make the comment of when you should buy the European versions.
I know, but then couldn't I just wait to play the English version of Dragon Quest Heroes?
No, the reason I said the European versions with when you said just for games like Uncharted.
Oh, because they have the 5 language.
Yeah, on ours where they have multiple languages on there, which I have to say, how come we can do that but other countries can't? Like, why can't Japanese just put an English one on in their games? That would make some of this easier for Richter.
That one I can explain, but like one of my problems is I kind of wish they would kind of do it over here, because especially Ubisoft games, because if I beat an Ubisoft game, they have the fucking credits for every goddamn region that game is in. So the credits are like 6 hours. But we can't access any of that stuff. So the work they did on it is not reflected in my version, but I have to see their name there.
Yep.
Fucking annoying. I just want to beat the credits so I can save and do whatever. It's like, nope. Thankfully, some of them you can like fast forward, but still, like, if they didn't do anything that I can see, I don't want them.
Yeah,
credits there. The credits should be for over where they did the work.
Yep. But I just think the auto-translate would be really helpful for some people.
That would be cool. One day.
I thought that they might get there eventually, because I believe it was the PSP had a game for it that was like a translator for dialogue itself. So I was like, well, they've worked on something similar. That might have just been a phrase book. I don't know. I didn't buy it. I wasn't planning to go to a country that doesn't understand me.
True. All right, so now on to our topic, which is the Nintendo Direct. Doo-doo-doo.
With worst third stuff in the Skyrim.
Nice. So, should we just go through and just mention stuff we liked in it, or because I don't know if anyone wrote down the order. I know I haven't even watched the whole thing. I've just seen snippets.
I didn't write down the order, but I'm assuming like some of the stuff would be different anyway, because there was an American one and a European one and stuff.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about the Japanese one real quick that was funny. It was like if you look at when they showed the Wave 4 Amiibos, like the Japanese one versus the American one, they were like in the American one they didn't show Jigglypuff or I think it was Greninja or something. And people are like, what? And like they had different dates obviously, but it's just kind of funny that here's that.
One thing I noticed with this Direct that makes me a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
There was more focus on the Wii U stuff on Amiibos than games.
Yeah.
I kind of think with the rumors of the next console already in the works, like they're rushing to get that out, I kind of think Nintendo's ready to ironically do what Sony did with the Vita and just be like, we're done. Let's just cut our ties and leave.
I could see that.
But there was some pretty cool stuff announced at the thing. Like, we were talking about Amiibos. I loved the little yarn Yoshis, or whatever they're called.
Those were cool.
Or Yoshis from Wolf Land, or whatever it's called.
Yarn Yoshi?
That's what I was calling it, Yarn Yoshi, but I swear it was called Yarn Yoshi's Wool something, or Yoshi Wool Adventure. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yoshi's Adventures in Yarnia.
Yeah, but they were really
the
like,
Chronicles of Yarnia.
Yeah.
There you go.
They were like really like little cuddly versions of Amiibos, which suddenly makes them 10 times more interesting than some of the other Amiibos, because all the Amiibos are just like plastic figures.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it's unique just because it's not plastic.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of them in the future.
That would be awesome.
Like, hell, why not make a metal Mario Amiibo?
Shipping that would be hilarious.
Ha!
It would be.
But yeah, and they also showed the Splatoon amiibos, which, as much as that game looks pretty cool, I don't know if I would. I don't think I would buy it, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing it. And like they have some cool character designs, and then they show the amiibos. I'm like, those look okay, but they don't look as cool as I thought they would.
Yeah, that game looks pretty cool. I know some web pages, multiple web pages have ran with the preview thing of the developer said he hopes Splatoon, or whatever it's called, he hopes that's going to be to shooters what Mario Kart is to racing, i.e. just a simple shooter that you could pick up and play. And I'm like, that's kind of cool, about there is already games like that. But that's still kind of cool. It did seem weird that was getting some amiibos, and I think they may be out before some big hitting Nintendo ones that people have been waiting for.
Well, like I understand that that they want to bring it out when the game's relevant, but it just feels weird to me that I don't even think they're halfway through Smash Brothers, and it's like, can't you get all those out before you move on? That feels really like, I understand why, but I don't know what else they could do as an alternative other than bring out more of, like, bring out more in each wave, or like have them faster or whatever. But it just seems like weird to do that.
Yep. And speaking of Smash Brothers, they announced 3 things, maybe more, to do with Smash Brothers. They announced Mewtwo and Lucas. Mewtwo had a date, and they announced Lucas is joining for DLCs. And I assume Pew's still here, but which means she would have seen this bit. How awesome is what they're doing with the Smash Brother Fighter ballot?
Oh, the voting to see which one characters they should add. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
They give you input and to let you know which characters are favorable, which one people like, not like. Maybe they'll add some,
Yeah, and if people keep doing it, when they go to do DLC, they may look at it in the future. So fingers crossed, I can get my Amy Rose amiibo.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be way too many votes for Bayonetta, because this one guy who's I see him like stream and stuff. He tried to put Bayonetta up there, and he has like enough followers that I could see a lot of people just be like, "Oh yeah, vote for that." I'm like, that would be cool, but I'd probably put her like 3rd place of what I'd want there.
You already got your Mega Man.
I know, but the thing is, okay, way back when, there were 2 people I always wanted that I think deserve and wanted in Smash Brothers. One was Mega Man, and we got him, thankfully. 2, we need Simon Belmont, or even Trevor Belmont. I want a Belmont. And then, so he'd be like my first pick of who to vote in. Second vote would, of course, be a Monster Hunter, because that would be fucking amazing, and it makes sense, same as Bayonetta. But, and then Bayonetta would be 3rd, because that would be awesome, and I would totally buy an amiibo. I'd buy an amiibo of any 3 of those.
Can we get an amiibo of Sea Lion?
A sea lion?
Whatever the hell that lion was from Monster Hunter 3 that could go in the sea.
Oh, the banana lizard?
Yeah, the one I always kept calling a sea lion because he had like the mane rather than he kept swimming.
Yeah.
I also understand in hindsight why that could be confusing. Because that's already a thing.
Could, if he was a character? I don't.
Make him a character. Thank you.
I figured they would do it to one of the people that's more prominently displayed.
Oh, that's what they could also.
Yeah.
That's something they should also do. I mean, this is slightly off topic, but that's something they should also do, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make Monster Hunter slightly more popular in the West. It's already popular. I'm not going to say it's not.
Yeah.
But they have been making it more and more popular in the West.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing it now. I'll say that much.
What about Monster Hunter, an exclusive edition just for the Wii U, where you play as your Mii, and then you can get all the Mii armors and stuff. It's like Mii versions of like cartoony versions of monsters. Huh?
I'd buy that. I can see how that would. Like, I'd want to see it first. That could be kind of cool, but I don't know how much I would trust them.
I like the fact you were like, I would buy that.
Yeah,
me too. So I could play as my Mii.
I like how Rick wasn't sure. Like, I'd buy that? Question mark.
Yeah. He's like, damn you, Mo, you're confusing me.
It's like I'd buy it. I don't know if I would. Yeah, it might be one of those games where like I buy it and just be like, I buy this, and then I play it and I'm like, this sucks, but I'm not gonna sell it. I'm just
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm
I
sure
just
I'd buy it.
want
I
it.
don't know if I would enjoy it. Yeah.
I just want it.
Yeah, I was just thinking it'd be kind of fun because cell shaded stuff sometimes works, and with Mii's that'd just be crazy if you could get your Mii in the ridiculous armors and stuff. But speaking of weird decisions from Nintendo, how about the Mario Kart DLC they did?
Oh yeah.
That was a weird choice because it all focused on
Animal Crossing.
fucking Animal Crossing. It all focused on Animal Crossing, and randomly, Rick, in the Animal Crossing pack is Dry Bowser. I'm like, what the fuck? You're not going to focus on him? You just inserted him into this? Fuck off. I want Dry Bowser, but I don't want Animal Crossing.
Maybe they dug him up.
Yeah.
There was like a little sparkly spot on the ground, and they went and dug him up. You found a Dry Bowser. What?
Oh, you could kill Dry Bowser in the Mii version of Monster Hunter and get dry armor.
No, they'd never do it, but hunting like a giant Bowser would be amazing. You like jump on his back, it like hurts you. Like, nope, you can't ride him.
Yeah. But and like like the animals like dry bones and stuff as well, so to get the dry armor. So instead of like wearing that
Cool,
lion
yeah.
head I did, you're actually wearing like an open fucking dry bones head on you. That'd be amazing. I want this game now.
Any parts that you remember, Stacy, from the Nintendo Direct?
I caught the second half of it, and I was like, I just got really, really happy about Captain Olimar and the Amiibos, but then I was all like sad faced about the Amiibo cards. But it's fine, it's easy. But I just like actual ones because then it just cheapens it, and it's like, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked the only new courses for Animal Crossing driving though. Like that was cool. Like I imagine like the courses would change over like the seasons or whatever, or time period you play it, like in Animal Crossing. And I don't mean change, I mean like background shit. Like it would get
Right.
lighter, darker, blah blah blah.
I want a Mr. Rossetti item.
Oh my god, yes. And I want him, you know what he would do? He would fucking stop you as soon as you're about to make. No. This is what he would do. He'd pop out, you're on your third lap, and right in front of the finish line, he'd pop out under you, boom, and give you a lecture right about we're setting right there as you're at that, like, right in front of the finish line.
Just because of how Mario Kart 8 worked on the Wii U, with all the coins you collected, why wouldn't they make a Tom Nook just go and take the people's coin? He goes, like, he just prepares to go like out with a bag of money and just takes that
Oh
coin.
my god, that'd be amazing.
That's too real.
I also loved Mario Maker.
That looked awesome.
At first, I was like, it looks too much like I mentioned, it looks too much like they're ripping off a little bit of Little Big Planet. However, Little Big Planet 3 sucked so much that I just want a good one this generation. So yeah, that looked kind of fun as well, and you could swap between the different eras, which is fun.
Totally.
I also found their choice weird with the Virtual Console stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have an offer on the European one of you buy 3 Virtual Console games, and you get the 4th free if you buy these 4 new ones that are launching by the 16th. They are Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, WarioWare Touch, and Mario Kart DS. And I'm like, okay, so you're now doing DS games. We've had Mario 64 on Wii. We've had Mario 64 multiple times in various stuff. Give us Mario 64, the DS version that had the extra people. Come on.
Yeah.
That was the same game, but with extras.
That's for later release.
And I will buy it then too. No.
There you go.
I
I'll
was
just say I didn't.
So you
Go
go,
ahead.
Jim.
No, go ahead. You were already talking. Go ahead.
Oh, what I was going to say was ironically out of the 4, I'd only want 2 of them. I've played Mario 64 too many times to warrant wanting to buy that again. I mean, I love the game, best 3D Mario, besides 3D Land possibly, or 3D World, I should say. But it's a case of, you know what I mean? I don't want to I don't want to buy it again. So I'm like, I might get Donkey Kong 64 because I haven't played that enough, and I might possibly buy Mario Kart DS, but I already owned it at one point. But I kind of want to make sure more DS games come by buying more DS games. I'd also be curious with that. That might just be me, but if I get the Nintendo DS Mario Kart on the Wii U and I'm using it, if I go to the thing where you add your friend code to invite your friend and play online, could I play with a DS?
I don't think so. For Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Didn't they take the servers for that offline, or was that another different Mario Kart?
I think that was Mario Kart Wii because they took all the Wii offline, but it might have been the DS one as well. Although
was 7? Was that the one? I thought they took 7 off. Maybe I was mistaken.
Well, I have 7, and I can tell you about. I said about 3 months ago. I run the video game club at one of the libraries I work at, and the guys at the club, because we didn't have something to play at the time, were able to do the that thing where they download and share play with my console because they didn't have the game, so that still worked. I don't know if that means anything.
Okay.
I don't think that would, because that wouldn't be online. That would just be sharing with the infrared stuff or whatever it was that was built in. That didn't use the internet.
I thought there was something that they had to download to be able to connect with the other thing, though, for the game, though.
Yeah, but I think you download it from the connect. You know, from connecting to them, you download it from them.
Yeah,
oh, they got it
from
my 3DS. I gotcha.
Sort of like trading Pokemon with the cable.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Speaking of Pokemon, I didn't see much about Nintendo Direct, but I was excited to see Mewtwo was back.
Guess who's back?
Yes.
I don't know much about the other guy or what game he's from, but he looked kind of cool, I guess.
Frenchness. That's all you need to know.
He was from Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
I'll allow it.
I only heard that joke, Rick, because they made that joke during the Direct.
Oh, really?
Sort of. He goes, this game was... He's from Mother 3, or whatever it was. He goes, he's from Mother 3 in Japan. Or as you may know him in Europe, he was from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm like, that's not patronizing at all, especially because of how he delivers it. It's like, sure, just be condescending to us.
All I have to do is offer me some chocolate now at his factory, and there you go.
Yeah.
No, he never, except for the very end, he never offered anybody any chocolate. He offered them horrible death.
I'm saying because he's condescending Wonka.
Yep. But that happened.
Yeah. One of the other things I saw in the Nintendo Direct was Alice was localizing the Attack on Titan game on 3DS. And yeah, I was like, yeah, that looked kind of cool. I saw the trailer with it's had a little bit of gameplay, but it looks like, I mean, based off what I've seen of the show, which apparently now the first 2 episodes are free on Hulu, I don't remember, some service, to get you excited for the game. But it had multiplayer, and it kind of looks like almost like Freedom Wars, kind of like Monster Hunter, where you could like zip around on those lines and you had to fight like ridiculously large monsters and had multiplayer. So I'd like to see more on that game. That could be really cool.
I was going to ask you about that.
Uh-huh.
I know you were high up on Monster Hunter.
Okay.
I'm thinking about buying a 3DS. If I got it with the new Monster Hunter, would you play with me?
Yeah.
Cool, because I was looking on the UK store and they have a new 3DS XL, and because the XL doesn't change skins, they had a cool looking Monster Hunter one that came with the game, and I was like, okay, I might buy that. Why didn't they make extra large fucking faceplates?
Because they're dicks.
One of your big gimmicks was, look, you can swap the skins, that's cool. But not if you're a fat guy with large hands. Fuck you, fatty. You probably just spend your money
I'm not
on
even like a
time.
fat person and I want the bigger one.
We'll agree to disagree.
Oh, fuck you.
I was
Well, you don't need the. Yeah, but you don't need the changing place fates. Weren't you gonna do a surprise unboxing of the Zelda one and then rub it in Stacy's face?
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
I was gonna
Also, I noticed.
Hey, at least they had more of that one. At least
Yeah,
they found it in somewhere.
Yeah, I
Not
was
the
gonna...
Monster Hunter one. That one's still gone.
Yeah, I see the Monster Hunter one on the UK store, but the reason I wanted to get the Majora's Mask Gold one wasn't because I liked Majora's Mask that much, because I don't. I wanted to get. I was thinking about that one, Mick, because the actual console, ironically, on one of the stores, I can't remember if it was Nintendo one or not, was like £20-30 cheaper than the regular DS without a game. The regular new 3DS without one. So I'm like, well, okay, if it's cheaper, why the fuck not?
Yeah, go for it.
And I get extra glee every time I'm on the conversation with Stacey, just turning on my webcam.
Also, I'm looking at IGN here on the list of things. Who you guys earlier mentioned the Mario Kart Animal Crossing DLC? You see what else comes with it? They're adding a 200cc mode. Who the hell is suicidal enough to want a 200cc mode in Mario Kart? Jesus Christ!
I can think of some people. I can literally think of some people, like on some of the Mario Karts. I might have done it on 8, but not as much. But on Mario Kart like Wii and some of the other ones, that was the only one me and like the Crispy would play on, and me and some of my other friends would play on would be 150cc, and we were always the ones first. So it'd be kind of cool to add the 200 to make it a little faster, but it did look insane.
Yeah, I can only imagine, because I can barely. I'm lucky to win on 150.
My sister's really good at Mario Kart, like crazy good, and she probably would like the 200 one.
In case you're unfamiliar, Victor, Mario Kart is a sexual position in which you pull out your banana and the woman spins around on it.
But only if she makes the proper sound effects, like or whatever.
I don't even know if that's physically possible, but I kind of want to see that.
And if you do it on Rainbow Road, she falls off.
Yes.
There you go.
We're horrible people.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
I've
the
already come
best
to
kind of
terms with that.
Oh. What about that other game they announced, Rick?
Announced or showed some of, you mean?
It wasn't know if it was announced at the Direct or if it was both.
The Fire Emblem one?
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Persona game. They announced it like several. I want to say it was around the E3 one. They announced it, but they showed nothing on it except like a title, not even a title screen. It was like a screen with just the letters of the two games. But yeah, they finally showed a little trailer with a little bit of gameplay from the Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover.
Yeah, which is weird because I believe someone mentioned the Japanese one of that game doesn't feature the non-Fire Emblem name on the box. I was like, what? But that might be like we discussed earlier. If it, like you said, yeah, it did look that way. If it looks more like Persona than it does the other one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I haven't played those games. The ones, the non-Fire Emblem one, which is fair enough. However, the concept looked awesome for a crossover of, okay, so it's like a normal world, but then when you enter the computer world, there's fantasy shit, like Fire Emblem characters. I'm like, that's a cool way of doing this. Why is this not an MMO?
Yeah, I definitely, want to see more on it. I do like both those series. They're both series that I like, and I buy several of the iterations, but I don't play near as much as I should of them. But just that little bit they showed of the battle, kind of, I assume it was a turn order similar to Persona, but it actually kind of like just not seeing an emotion. But it kind of reminded me of Grandia, where it looked like there was that little meter that showed where the people move, so you could like kind of plan out who goes where.
Yeah.
That could be completely off, just based off the picture I saw. It kind of reminded me of that, actually.
I also have to wonder, has Nintendo changed their business strategy a little bit?
Probably.
After like a
Yes.
year, 2 years ago with Year Luigi.
Maybe.
Because we had Year of Luigi. Then after that, for the next year, was all like Legend of Zelda stuff with Link. And that's all they showed for E3 and all the directs and stuff. And we come to this one, and there was at least 3 or 4 Fire Emblem things in one direct.
Yeah.
That's usually not that popular. I don't mean that series isn't popular, but you know what I mean? It's not that mainstream.
Yeah, it's not one of their main ones.
Yeah, and it's like, it's weird that they got so many. It's like, wait, so is this going to be the year of Fire Emblem?
That would be cool.
Are they incapable of doing multiple stuff at once? Are they just now honing it in to make like each year themed?
No,
I
I think it's a test. They're trying to see what sells the best, so they can do that in the future.
that also makes sense. Oh, so in the future, like, okay, this series worked, this crossover spin-off worked, so that can be launched, and on their next system, they know which ones work.
Yep. Well, for the Fire Emblem, I don't know if this was shown during the direct. I know at least it wasn't shown in the American one, but I saw an article on it that the Japanese version of Fire Emblem, where there's basically 4 versions. Because basically at retail, because there's 2 storylines or whatever, there's like a light and a dark, and so you can see where this is going. So like Pokemon, there's 2 different games. So there's one that focuses on like one, because there's like 2 warring factions. So there's one game that focuses on on one faction, one that focuses on the other, and then you can buy the other campaign's faction as DLC, and then I guess there's like a third faction that you can buy them as DLC. So there's basically 2 retail of that one. Then there's the special edition, which comes with the art book and all that other crap, and then there's the digital version, which you play like the first couple of missions, and then when you decide which side to go for, you play their campaign. So there's so there's basically 3 retail releases, one for one side, one for the other, one that's the collector's edition, and then the digital one, which that's basically mimics the other one. But it's just like, that's kind of neat, but also like kind of strange, because it's not like, maybe in Japan it does better, but like over here it sells well enough, but I don't know if it sells Pokemon numbers where they can bring out 2 different ones, and that almost it almost seems like they're trying to be. It's not quite as bad as Evolve's whole pricing structure, but it does seem like there's a little too much there, where it's like, oh, we'll just throw all this crap and maybe it'll work. It's like, what? That seems a little too complicated.
Yeah, which it might be weird of me, but when you mentioned that, ironically, I didn't think Pokemon. I was thinking, do you remember the DS Transformer games?
Oh yeah, those.
Because I
Yes, I
do
do.
love Pokemon, they're huge, but when I remember thinking, that's like Pokemon when I looked at the Transformer boxes in my game store, and one's Optimus Prime, one's Megatron on the cover, so it's Autobots and Decepticons. It's like, what? It's because it's too big to fit onto the DS cartridge, so they split it. I'm like, okay, what? That's weird.
I have at least the Decepticon version. I think I later did buy the Autobot version, but I don't know if I played it.
Nice.
I think it was like super cheap, and I was like, okay.
Richter turned heel.
I did.
Yeah, Decepticons.
There's no turning. No, because in that one you could play as Brawl. Fuck whatever what they pretend he's called in the Michael Bay movie, but the like tank dude, like he was awesome. and you couldn't play as him in the like console release for whatever reason. He was like one of the like 2 characters you couldn't play as. So I was like, oh, you can play as him in the DS one. I'm like, sweet, I'm buying that.
Yeah, which I will say, that's something that always amuses me.
Mm-hmm.
You can get more, and this isn't up for debate. We all know this is true. You can fit more on a console game than you can onto a handheld.
Mm-hmm.
So why has there been loads of handheld games where it's been like, these characters are exclusive? And you're like, wait, what? Like, I believe Power Rangers, Super Legends, whatever it was called, had a load of handheld exclusive characters versus console ones, and
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what? And I've seen Marvel games do it with fighting ones, where it's like, well, this one has this character on it. It's like, what the hell? How?
Why?
I don't get how this is a thing.
I assume it's to like, this sounds really, really mean, but I feel like it's to get people to actually buy the handheld ones. Because to be fair, if there's like a handheld version and a normal version, like the Lego games, people and like Disney Infinity, people tend to buy the console version because it's almost always better. So I'm wondering if it's not. Well, I know that actually on like some of the games like the like PSP, they actually had, that was part of the contract, was they had to put exclusive stuff. And I'm wondering if it's not to try to get people to buy those too, because they probably wouldn't. Like the Disney Infinity on the 3DS, by all accounts, it's just god awful because it's not the same game. It's like a collection of mini games, so it's like no one would really buy it unless there was a reason to buy it.
That does actually make sense. I was also thinking it might also be partly due to some games, like, let's say, I don't know, that Power Ranger one I mentioned. It's going to have shorter levels than what the console ones could probably do. So to make up for the fact it has less gameplay, like, well, fucking extra skin making this character, like I've seen them do that on some Marvel ones. It's like, here you go, here's Venom. And it's like, cool, and then he plays exactly like Spider-Man. You're like, wait, this is just a palette swap. I mean, because don't get me wrong, obviously he should mimic Spider-Man, but he shouldn't be exactly the same. He's quite different.
Yeah. That is true.
But yeah, I love the Nintendo Direct. I did like the Nintendo Direct. They didn't show as much, but I'll admit I wasn't disappointed because I went in expecting fuck all. Because I said to Pew, it's come on, E3 is around the corner, it's going to be fuck all. And then there was enough announcements that made me go, ooh, or ah, or Genuinely,
It made you go, oh.
yeah.
They just wanted to put enough out there that people would shut up about Zelda Wii U getting pushed back.
That's probably right.
Yeah. That might also be right, yeah. But it was a case of like the little Yarn Yoshi amiibos were cool. Mario Maker looked awesome. You know what I mean? All the stuff we talked about so far looked kind of cool enough. I was like, ooh. It's like even that Fire Emblem game where it's crossing over with what you said was Persona. And it's like, I may not have played Persona, but I still looked at the game and was like, that's a great concept. You're selling me this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, one other thing that, because they mentioned this before, but they talked more about it that I just remembered, was I think they call it Amiibo Tap, where, like, there's, like, the app you can run and you, like, put the Amiibo thing on and it'll let you play, like, a minute of, like, some old Nintendo game.
Actually, I believe it was 3 minutes of select NES and SNES games. Little demos.
Which I thought was great until a certain point. Which I assume it was probably something you didn't like, Rick.
That it wasn't based off what the Amiibo is?
Yeah. It's like, it's like you're buying... Yeah, because it's like you're buying Link because you like Link. Give you Link games. That's the only thing they can understand from you purchasing Link. If I purchase Mario, which I have, he's right there, they can understand I like Mario. What they can't understand is, oh, you bought Mario. Here's Thingy, here's like Star Fox, or here's F-Zero. It's like, those are not related to this.
Also, it's determined like by the Amiibo, like at some random point in time. So like you can't even, like, let's say you have one Amiibo, you're only ever going to play the 3 minutes of that one game. But like, yeah, it's kind of weird that like I understand, the idea of it being random, but it's also kind of weird because like Marcus has a Zelda, so we'll both have a Zelda and we'll both have different games. It's just odd. What am I supposed to go by like 6? Like, oh man, I really wanted that Donkey Kong level. Like, well, go to your local store and like, was it blind pack? You just like open a amiibo, put it on. It's not the right one. Throw it in the pile to trade or something. Like, it's like. I agree. I think it sounded like a good idea, but it's probably not going to be implemented that well. To be fair, though, I'd probably just do it to see what games are on mine, and then I either probably have played them or own them. So I don't think I'd be like, like yes, 3 minutes of Metroid. Be like, wait, I have that. But anything else from the Nintendo Direct?
All right.
I thought the tournament thing was cool with the codename Steam. I mean, like I wish they would do that with other games that I actually play, but it's cool that they're like doing it with other games.
Yeah, which I will say, you started to do the buzzing thing, but yeah, I was going to say, the thing I was going to mention during that, but I realised I was muted. When I said it, Rick, was, you know the Amiibo thing? I think I know why they did it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough, I could buy Mario, you could buy Mario. We put him on. You could get Mario World, I could get Mario 3. Cool, he's got enough games that would work. What happens if you put Pikachu on there? Or you put Sonic on there? Because I don't think there's many Sonic or Pokemon games on the Wii U's Virtual Console.
I'll be honest, I don't think that the 3 other non-first party ones like Pac-Man, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mega Man, I don't feel like their games would be ones that would be there, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I thought they would be if it was tied to the Amiibo, but
yeah,
if it's not, I'm thinking that's the only reason why is due to not every character has a game on the Virtual Console. Also, if you're doing it's just one.
What if I used Pac-Man on Google Maps on the Google Map joke thing?
Mm-hmm.
The universe collapses, dude. All I know is that if my 12-year-old self had seen a little Sonic figure touch a Nintendo console and a Mario game starts to play, my head would explode. I'd be like, how does this work? No, they hate each other.
Are they mocking me?
Yeah.
Have they made this?
What's the date? It's April. You guys are funny. Like, no, this is real. That's not real.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I expect better from you. Where's my hair?
It's like I said to you when with the announcement that was made. How fucking amazing is that to think about with Smash Brothers? You can buy a game now where, regardless of whether or not you like all the characters involved, you can buy a game now that features Mario, Pac-Man, Mega Man, and Sonic in one game. And here's the best part.
It wasn't like made a bootleg game either. It's a real game.
Yeah, it's a real game.
Yeah.
And here's the best part.
And it's the real versions of the characters, not the shitty box art versions.
Yep. But I was saying, here's the best part, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
What if I was to tell you, go back in time and tell your younger self that in the future, Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man will be in one game? And you go, what? Your head just explodes at that thought. Yeah. And then what if I turned around and said to you, and it will be on the system that's selling the least? What would you do? You'd be like, you're fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Get out of here, crazy person. Shoot.
Yeah. Are you here to rob me because you're crazy and you must be on PCP? You must be here to rob me and try to blow my mind. So I'll just faint and you can steal my stuff.
Yeah, it's weird thinking about that stuff.
Yes, it is.
It is.
But yeah, it's like the Nintendo Direct was it was cool. It wasn't overly huge announcements, but I think something has to be in the pipeline for E3. Probably. They have to have some sort of huge punch in fucking E3.
Or are they
I-
going to
I
be
don't-
there this year?
Well, they're not there per se, but they do their announcements on their direct things, and then they have the games on the floor.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would imagine it'll probably be some combination of at least a trailer for Zelda Wii U, and then probably maybe something like an early first glimpse at the new console. Like maybe just a 2-minute, hey, look at this shiny new console.
If the console's real, or if they've got enough of it done, we know they're making it, but we
Right.
don't know if they're actually going to announce it yet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The next X. I don't know.
That would be cool if they could make an imaginary console. Like, coming this soon, like the first not real imaginary console. I'd be like, what?
It's an imaginary console with the same amount of third-party support as the Wii U.
Mm-hmm. Coming this year, the Nintendo Wii Virtual Boy.
Ha! I'm playing my new imagination box from Nintendo. Cool, whatever I imagine appears in the game. Yeah, I'm now playing as Master Chief in Smash Brothers. Knock on the door, yeah. That is the trademark of Microsoft. And you have to pay them money. Wait, what? I'm being charged for my imagination now? Yes.
The money will just magically disappear.
Be like, yeah, oh man, I'm almost gonna beat the game. I'm there. Oh, cool. Oh, that wasn't the real final boss? Oh, wait, what do you mean $4.99? What? Damn it! Just throw it down. How can I not imagine a world without DLC? And then just start weeping
Yeah. It's on the brain DLC.
on the brain deal.
But yeah, like I said, they did announce some cool stuff. And yeah, like I said, it was weird that we had the Fire Emblem Cross game, and then we had Fire Emblem coming soon for a different game. It's like, wait, what?
Uh,
Yeah.
That's what'll be at E3. Probably more Star Fox footage, because we haven't seen much Star Fox
that's
Wii U. That's been strangely absent.
Yeah.
And of
yeah,
course,
have they released a Metroid game on Wii U yet?
No.
not yet.
Fair enough.
Although you will be able to see next year's E3 where they announce Luigi Maker.
Ha! Nice.
Pre-ordered.
I'm actually hoping for a sequel, and I'm just throwing this out there. I'm actually hoping for either, I think it was a DS game. I'm hoping for either a DS game to be ported to the Virtual Console, or I'm hoping for at least a successor to a DS game on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Princess Peach series to continue.
Mm.
Cool.
And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't even kidding with that. I actually liked the Princess Peach game. I thought it was cool, and I kind of want more of it. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea to get more girls into Mario and stuff like that. Like, okay, it's the girl version. Like I wanted Sonic to do the same thing with an Amy the Hedgehog game. Do you have any idea how fast I'd pre-order that?
Yes. Yeah, that Peach one was kind of cool. Although it always made me laugh. The power-ups they gave her, like, oh, she can cry, and oh, Jesus, of course. Seems a little stereotypical, but okay.
Yeah, and how they could even do something like New Peach or something and make it like New Super Mario Brothers, but just with Peach. And the cutscene just writes itself at the beginning. Mario's there with Peach and Luigi and all the friends and shit. Bowser bursts through the wall to kidnap Peach. Right as he does, someone goes, and throws a bomb in his face. He rubs his eyes like he's blind and just grabs it randomly. Oh my god, he's kidnapped Mario. Peach has to go rescue Mario.
There you go.
That would be awkward when his sight came back.
No, it wouldn't be awkward because when Peach finishes the game, she gets to Bowser's castle and you just get there and there's Mario in a pink dress.
Yeah.
And there's Toadette in every castle telling you, sorry, your Mario's in another castle.
Exactly.
That should be Luigi every time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mario's in another castle. And then she just walks and leaves him, and he looks all sad and dejected. And I'm like, no, Luigi.
I always loved one other aspect of that. At least to me. The Toad always says, sorry, your princess is in another castle. And Mario's like, oh, okay. Leaves, then destroys the castle. We never see the Toad leave. I'm pretty sure he's just like, you've annoyed me, you must die.
Dude, he's eating them. I don't think he cares about that one. Like, all the power-ups are freaking Toads. I don't think he gives a shit about what he
They're
leaves
not
in the
toads.
castle.
They're
Yes, they are.
byproducts.
Read the original instruction booklet. They are completely the people of the Mushroom Kingdom turned into coins and mushrooms and stuff.
And
He
now they're
devours
toad.
them for power.
Now they're toad byproducts.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's after Super Mario goes and takes a super dump.
Yeah, but I also loved that on that Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Just the part of, do you remember on Mario World, every time you beat it, no matter who you beat it as, even if you beat it as Luigi, it kept saying Mario has defeated defeated the castle. You're like, wait, what? On the Luigi one, he goes up there and everyone's like, oh my god, it's you! You're Mario! You're the greatest person of all time. It's you, Mario. And Luigi's like, yeah, me, Luigi's like, of course, it's you, Luigi, the great Luigi. And then they turn to the fan and go, who's he? I don't know. I just felt sorry for him. And like, oh my god, they don't know who Luigi is. You always see Luigi to look disappointed. I'm like, that's kind of hilarious.
Is that the game where he's sleeping in the intro, or was that Bowser's Inside Story? There's one where he's like the bad guy busts in and captures Peach, and Luigi's just sleeping the whole time.
I think that might be one of the sequels. This was the one where it starts with Mario in the shower, and Luigi's washing Mario's clothes, and Toad walks in, and Mario comes out the shower with a little towel around his waist. Hilarious.
Okay.
Which, yeah, when I get the DS, I need to buy all the sequel stuff. But I think we're done here.
I think so. I think that was very productive. So, unless anyone has any final thoughts on the Nintendo Direct? No? All right. So there you have it out there in internet land. Look at the Nintendo Direct and our opinions of what we liked about it and some other stuff. So I'd like to thank everyone here for joining us, especially our special guest, Mr. James Phoenix, if he is still there, not fielding phone call.
I'm James Phoenix. Thank you for having me on the show.
See, I knew they were the same person. I just knew they were the same person.
Sounded like Snuffleupagus.
I'm don't know what you're talking about.
Marcus?
Fuck off.
Actually, the fuck off thing, that sounded like Marcus.
God damn it!
That wasn't high pitched enough. Oh man, he might be listening at this point. Anyway.
God damn it!
Hey yo, don't forget me.
Jay, when did you get here?
We're horrible people. We wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you everyone for joining us. Hope to see you back next week. Goodbye.